Of Dallas Uncorked, Miss Hayley Hamilton Cogill. Did you get that? We've changed her name. Is here to tell us about her recent visit to the country. Hello.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me.
Wines of Spain.
I'm so in love with Spain. I think it's one of the most beautiful countries, and it's such a fantastic place to visit. It's still a very affordable place. I know we're talking travel. Still a very affordable place to visit. Brought some photos of a recent trip, and for their wines, Ribera del Duero and Priorat are kind of getting a lot of buzz lately, but there are other regions. Rioja wines are always going to be good. Somontano wines are always going to be good, and that's the northern part. So as we're kind of looking, I did have a chance to go on a truffle hunt.
Those?
They're truffles. They're black truffles, and that are found within the Somontano region of northern Spain. And we had this fantastic truffle trip with a company named Gonzalez Baez, and then we had this just fantastic dinner with some of their wines. It was pretty spectacular. That was truffle cotton candy.
Were there really truffle pigs?
We took dogs because the pigs eat the profit. So basically, they've trained dogs to do this now. So I do want to kind of talk through a couple of their products. And so first we have their Fino Sherry. And Gonzalez Baez is known for their sherry. It's a company that's on their 5th generation. And this is a Fino. And so it's very, very dry. Sometimes you think sherry is going to be kind of that sweet, often served with dessert.
That's what
this
I would
one
always think, yeah.
is really dry. It's a perfect kind of aperitif. Wake your palate up. Serve it with olives. Serve it with Marcona almonds. Even potato chips. It's kind of just a little bite, kind of those little tapas, something at the beginning of the night.
And I was saying, it smells like almost like caramel.
Exactly. It has a lot of kind of honey notes, and some nice floral notes. I think it's a really, it's probably one of the first Fino sherries I've really, really liked. So
it's very different. I mean, it's definitely sherry.
Right. Absolutely. But with a little olive, a little something salty, it's kind of a perfect.
Oh, can I try it with an
absolutely.
olive?
It's a perfect little match. And then I did bring a couple of the actual wines that we tasted during our trip. First one is from Vinos del Duero, which is up in that northern Somontano region, up where we had our truffle hunt. And this is their Chardonnay, because that region is actually, it's in the foothills of the Pyrenees, and it was actually a region that was first kind of settled by French winemakers instead of Spanish winemakers. So a lot of the traditional French varieties are grown there, and there's Chardonnay, Cabernet, Merlot, some of those.
Is that like the Basque region up there?
It's close to the Basque region, exactly. And next one we go to are up in Rioja, and these are their Barona wines, and these are also very, very the northernmost part of Rioja, near the city of Haro. We had this fantastic meal. Probably, I want to say it was a life-changing tapas meal. It was just completely insane. Every single bite, paired with these interesting and very different wines, were just stunning. And the first one is a Viewer. Viewer is the most widely planted grape in the world. We don't really hear a lot about it in the U.S. because we don't really grow it here. But it's very, very light. It's very, very elegant.
What would you compare it to here?
It's kind of maybe a mix between Sauvignon Blanc and maybe a Pinot Gris. Not necessarily a Pinot Grigio because it's not quite as fruity, not maybe as acidic as a Sauvignon Blanc. Kind of just a nice, easy patio, great go-to wine.
Okay.
Next one is their Rioja Reserva, and Rioja's that's your Tempranillo. It's kind of the grape that Spain became known for is their Tempranillo, mixed with a little Manzuelo and Graciano, which are also grapes that we don't really see over here, but that's what makes kind of your perfect, lush, earthy. The Reserva, it's aged 18 months in the barrel, then another 20 months in the bottle before they release it. So
I like that they say that on the label.
Exactly.
Too,
it makes it very, very easy.
Yeah.
And also because then you know the quality that's going in there. They do a nice thing also where they mix their barrels using both French oak and American oak, which adds different characteristics. Like American oak has kind of coconut notes and some different kind of warm spice notes that when they blend it with French oak really, really adds depth and a lot of character
Spanish
to
oak?
it. They don't really make barrels out of Spanish oak. It's Hungarian oak, French oak, Czechoslovakian oak. There are lots of different regions, but I don't know that I've actually ever seen Spanish oak.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, and then the last one, it's a new product that's coming on the market. This is from Gonzalez Baez. It's their London #1 Blue Gin. Tomorrow is National Gin and Tonic Day, and
really,
and I will say it is fascinating. And so I made us a gin and tonic. It is fascinating in Spain to watch the process that that people go through for a gin and tonic. It is a production.
Like to get a gin and tonic, or just to make a gin and tonic?
To make it, yes. No, it is probably the most beloved cocktail. They drink it from noon until late in the evening. And this gin, I again, I don't like a gin that has a lot of juniper. This one has really good floral notes. It's made with orange peel and rose petals and cardamom and bergamot and all of these.
So nice with the cucumber.
And refreshing with a little cucumber, a little mint, or a little lime. I am so excited. This is going to be in Dallas. They're thinking about June, and it is such a great product. Will cost about $35. It's gorgeous.
And real quickly, where do we get all these wines?
Most of them are found at Specs, and then I'll have a link on my website to have details on a little bit. And then I know that the Tio Pepe is also at Seagulls.
Fantastic.
Yes,
okay, for details on all these wines and Dallas Uncorked's upcoming 10th anniversary celebration, visit Hayley's website, dallasuncorked.org, and we are back with more broadcasts right after this.